That's right. I figured something out here. Not sure what I've done, but I got a camera duct taped to my ceiling. Well, my old webcam at least. Oh, I don't know how much longer I can listen to this little beat. I might have to pull it back. Woo! And you know what else I can do? Check this out. How about this apples? Whoa! Sorry for blowing you up on the mic there, but hello. Wow. Wowie wowie. It's been about, I want to say it's been 2 months since my last stream. Wow, look at my hair. You give it a little friendly fluff. I think it's been maybe 2 months when I did the. Ooh, I wish I had some background music. We'll get to that, but I might have to pause this for now because this little silly. Whoops, what did I do? This silly little loop. These silly little sine waves are starting to drive into my bones, distract me. But 2 months, I did the Your Idol breakdown, which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and it kind of reminded me of how cool it is to just to do this. It can be kind of hard to parse the motivations for like, why do I want to stream? What am I doing with a stream? But one thing that's kind of come back to me again and again is this idea of using this kind of environment and this kind of platform as a way to sort of cultivate, connections with people. I know that it's a little bit unusual of a relationship, but what relationship doesn't have an unusual start? um, and also just work on communicating, and there's something also that's very nice about. I'm gonna throw my phone on the couch. Maybe I should keep it just in case. Nope, throwing the phone on the couch. Stayed on the couch. Lost my train of thought because of the phone. See, that's why I had to get rid of it. There's something that's nice about streaming, in that it forces me to kind of what I'm in this very moment. If you're looking at this, what you're seeing me adjust to is this, having to sort of think through life in complete sentences using grammar. And, I'm not saying I'm extremely eloquent when it comes out, but there definitely is, and at least, if I were to sort of examine my train of thought throughout, X day, you would probably see me, if you were to just pull me at any moment during my day, you'd probably see me kind of, maybe have some idea of what I'm doing or what I'm working on or where I'm going or what I'm playing or whatever. But thoughts are kind of just like roam, roam, like, nothing really comes through. Certainly not to say that language is like an end all be all for thought. I think that there is experience pre-thought, but the idea of using grammar and these structures to kind of like hold yourself on a particular tangent, and stick with it and follow it and stay focused on it wherever it goes. Basically, I'm just saying the idea of thinking out loud, and I don't know, being that present with thoughts, and kind of having some focus in communication is kind of a cool practice. And I know that there's so many freaking cool hitos, that's Japanese for people, inside this community, and I'm always super super excited to connect with any one of them. I've been doing Patreon stuff recently, where it's exciting to me. It's exciting to me because people are showing up and kind of sharing themselves, and of course there's like a somewhat of a financial motivation, but on my part, trying to sort of tie the earthly matter of finance with the heavenly matter of doing fun creative stuff and having a cool community and all that. But you don't need to pay anything to join, and so I don't mean for this to sound like a Patreon. I'm just hanging out, but but I uh, but it's really nice to see people come out and chat and say what's up and say where they're from and whatnot. One actually thought I've been having recently. I'm gonna turn off this heater above me because that thing is toasting me. And this, I guess we'll see how far I make it with this jacket. But anyways, um, I had the thought recently that I should boot up my Discord server once again because it's been a little while. You know what? Actually, I could really quickly drop a little notice maybe to my Discord, see if I can get anyone who might want to hang out because I have done zero promotion for this. I have some ideas for promotion. I guess I'll have to get to broadly what is it? What am I doing? What are the holidays here or what? What's going on? But we'll get to that. Let me really quickly hop over to Yo! Mighty Vortex has arrived. What's up, man? Super cool that you came to say what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna drop a line really quick into my, let's see, where's my mouse? There it is. Into my Discord. Yeah, Discord. You see, I had a Discord server. I mean, it still exists, but I used to love it and be there and be present. And there, you know, a lot of good handful of people who came out and were and actually were kind of there for me in times that I needed that kind of thing. Um, but for example, when my channel got like broken into by some weird cryptocurrency whatever people, I remember that like honestly, my Discord was a big part of what kind of helped me finally reach out. Finally, like at the time, it was so hard to get in contact with YouTube support from a creator's perspective, and my Discord server was a big part of what made that happen, which is super cool. So I think what I should do is I should get in there and just kind of clean things up and reboot things a little bit, because that is, I'm sure it's a little all over the place. But Shalom, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, hi from Malaysia. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. I'm just chatting about my since sort of neglect in a Discord server that I'm hoping to kind of boot up again because I mean that's sort of an extension of what I'm hoping to do broadly with my brand, which is just kind of I want as we're going into this era where there's just so much stuff and so many things vying for your attention, and I'm kind of it's hard to like think about it's hard to think about like further pushing and developing a creative career with all of this, which is so much change going on. But one thing that I think grounds me is that there's always going to be people out there who want to connect deeply instead of who want to just connect broadly with many different things. So I'm trying to kind of find a little space that I can, or build that little space where I can do that with people, because that is freaking cool. Will you give me YouTube tips and advices? Yeah, but why not? What kind of howdy? What kind of YouTube videos do you make? I would love to hear. Um, weirdly enough, let's see. All right, let me give you a quick sort of, actually, sorry, my windows are all crazy. There we go. Let me give you the full tour of what I got going on here. So we have the About to Start page. Welcome to the About to Start page. We have the full screen face. Hello. Got a new camera here. I'm very excited about it. It's super fun. Split screen. Whoa, look at that. I bet you didn't realize there was a keyboard here. And Matt Wants is here. Oh, I love this guy. Matt, how you doing? I miss you, man. Miss you. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing awesome. I'll actually be in, sorry for the extreme narrow casting, everyone else, but I'll be in San Diego, or I'll be in America at least in from March or late March. So we gotta make something happen, dude. Maybe like another convention or something. Everyone else can come out. Let's do it. Anyways, super good to see you. What's his name? Huh? I also gotta, I guess, get used to the concept of having a chat. Sometimes I think there's a balance, of course, of like looking at it and maintaining my train of thought sometimes. Anyways, back to the tour for a sec. Bet you didn't realize keyboard. Now you know this keyboard. We got that. We got desktops. Now you're gonna see. Oh, this is the little thing we were listening to. Which right before I made this like I threw this quick little like loop together right before I hopped on, and then I realized that whatever. It was just like a 5 minute thing, but what I realized when I listened to it quickly, the stream on my phone, I realized that like all the slightly interesting details about this little drum machine loop are almost inaudible on a phone camera, or on a phone speaker. So, but that's okay. That's okay. It provided a nice little bed to hang out on. And I am stuck in D flat major, aren't I? That's okay. It's a good place to be. Yeah, D flat major is a good place to hang out. It's so earthy and so cozy and nice. Okay, on with the tour. Next, so this is desktop. This is desktop, no keyboard, in case I'm showing you something that doesn't really make sense to have a keyboard there. Next, we got full top down, one of my favorites, because you get to see all the slop and the craziness of the situation I'm hanging out in. Oh, I gotta introduce you guys to freaking the Miku hanging out right here on the desk. She's got her special. Let's see. Still getting used to navigating the scenes. Full screen face. Boom. Now I get to play with the it's a bad idea probably to play with the but you can zoom in for now. Maybe I'll play with the autofocus later, or the manual focus later to get you a closer shot. But this is my little she's some kind of like spray paint Hatsune Miku I got for maybe $10 at a used hobby store here in Tokyo. And then I found this like reindeer hat, but it was way too big to fit. Here, I'm talking about it. Let's just freaking get, boom. There we go. Superstar. I found this hat. I found this freaking hat at a dollar, a 100 yen store, which is basically a dollar store here in Tokyo, and it's way too big. But with a little bit of bobby pinning, we got it sorted out. She hangs out here. She actually protects the guitar pick in case I need that. That's some real subtle lore. Kawaii desu ne. That's some real subtle lore though. If you that ever comes up in like a trivia game someday, like, wow, where's on that one stupid stream that guy did one day? Where did he keep his guitar pick? Which serves this little friend. Ta-da! Check her out. Aww. これもかわいいですね. This is a Yamaha GL1, a guitar lele, made in Indonesia. Yamaha Corporation. Unfortunately, I guess not made in Japan, but that's cool. This guy I got. I'm really an even poorer guitarist than a keyboardist. So though I love it, and actually I played a lot as a kid. I kind of mainly got this as because I would like love the idea of, or I just love the sound of freaking I love the sound of acoustic of like I play a lot. Sorry, I know I'm getting a little bit tangenty here, I play around a lot with a lot of virtual stuff, you know, like this little beat here. I think almost everything here was made in Logic's drum synth, which is really cool. You can go in and there's quite a handful of stuff you can sort of pick from and then play with and really sort of customize your own sound. Um, Hopefully my stream's still coming through good. It looks like it's lagging out on my end, but we'll find out shortly, I suppose. Um, so, anyways, because I work with so much stuff like this, or even samples of acoustic instruments, there's something that's just like, oh, you can't. I love like playing around with all these kinds of textures. I love, N64 sounds, Game Boy sounds, even modern synths and whatnot. But then just having it sit among a little bit of something that's like, whether it's this or even a voice or something, it's just that's a cool combo. I'm gonna put this guy down here. You know what? I didn't even play it for you. Check her out. I bet it's very in tune. Yeah, not bad, not bad. If you have perfect pitch, you might have noticed that it's tuned differently. The bottom note is in A. That's not a keyboard. It's an A instead of E like it is on usual guitars because it's small. Okay. I think so. That's that. Anything else in the studio? Snow. Cool. All right. I know it's kind of silly. One thing I think I need to really figure out when it comes to streaming is how to kind of pace myself, because I need to like, I feel like thus far, not to be super meta, but I feel like thus far I'm enjoying it a lot, but I wonder, am I too energetic? Am I filling too much space? Let's do give me 10 seconds of, oh, perfect. Oh my gosh, crazy. So this app that intermittently gives me breaks randomly on the computer, and this freaking answered my question right when I need it. Sorry you couldn't see because you're not in desktop, but let me take you to desktop. Oh, I can't do that because the app is blocking me. I'll explain it all. I found this app called Timeout, which basically enables you to set timers on your computer that can do various things. The feature I like to use is just like a mini break. So it's so every 15 minutes, basically like a gray or like a light blue gray kind of calming color swarms my screen, and it says pause for 20 seconds, and you actually can't even click anything. And it's so fast that like I never find it 20 seconds actually like interrupts the flow of something. If it does, you can press skip on the bottom, if you're like, oh, like that chord, I need that. Oh, write it down. And then like the thing happens, you can skip it. It's not insane. But I thought that actually that'd kind of be a fun thing to incorporate to the stream as well, because I like the idea of encouraging people to take a break, take little micro breaks, be present for a sec. Whether I will either use it to do like a little bit of a mindfulness moment where I will focus on my breath for the 20 seconds. Or I will take the opportunity to instead do a little physical thing, a little stretch, a little shoulder out here, movement. Oh, no problem. Anyways, sorry, I know that was you'll see it in 15 minutes. You'll see, oh no, was I talking about see, I suck already. I was already like showing Logic stuff and not having it on screen. I suck at streaming. My bad. But anyways, this was the drum synthesizer I was showing you. Anyways, oh no, maybe it was on screen. You know what? I just gotta stop second guessing myself. Anyways, weirdly enough, Legend on the keys and the strings. Matt wants and I, sorry for doxing you. But Matt Want and I we were actually band members back in the day. I don't remember a single tune that we used to play. Um, it might come to me later. I don't know that we played some Count Basie tune, but it was our school's jazz band, and there was kind of an epic feud between us freshmen and the lead. She kind of, on many attempts, tried to tank us pretty much. But I mean, she was a good person. I don't mean to talk smack, but anyways, good times back in the day with Matt. I remember, oh, so many good laughs, freaking setting up and jamming and whatnot. Sitting at the dock at the bay, sitting at the dock of the bay. But even that, like, I don't even know that tune super well. I remember that there was some Count Basie tune, and the only thing I remember on the actual keyboard itself is, uh, I think the solo started D, E flat, E, F, and then swung 16th notes like this. Here, let me get off this super dreamy. Here's a piano. I remember that. That's funny that that's still in my muscle memory, but I can't even tell you like where the tune goes from there or what tune it was, but it was some Count Basie tune. Fun that the piano has entered the ring. I think that was clipping a little bit. Let me make sure I'm not playing this too loud. Here we go. That should be better. Okay. This is I actually made a slideshow. I have a slideshow presentation ready to go. And this has very little to do with what I'm kind of hoping to work on today, which I'm going to get to at some point. I forgot that I had like an idea for what I was going to do for this stream. But first, let me walk you through something, or let me kind of just going to kind of walk myself through, I guess, this this little slideshow presentation I got for you here. So for those of you who don't know, I just treat PTSD. I know. Sorry, Matt. Sorry for bringing you back to the crazier moments of jazz band, of school band. But let's see. Boom, desktop, no keyboard. Here we are. I live in Tokyo. Very cool. Very, very fortunate. I'm a student here. I've been a student here. Well, I will have been a student here for a year or so by the time that I'll be probably headed home to America. But I've lived here since February of this year, and I was just kind of getting trigger happy with my phone's camera when I was coming home from school today, from class. I had to be there. Actually, I didn't have class. I just had to do this administrative thing. But on the way home, it was just such a beautiful morning out. I think I have a strong bias. I have a really strong bias for summer, especially here, because the just the color contrast is so different. Summer is so like it's such a crowd pleaser. It's so freaking beautiful and so green and so lush. And I know that when a lot of people think of Japan or Tokyo, they think about huge concrete expansion, which it is. That Tokyo is that, and the major cities are that. But I mean, there's parks, and I live just 5 minutes from. You'll see actually what it looks like exactly, but people think of it as a sort of this concrete expansion, but I don't know that this is factually true, but I think it's pretty tropical climate actually. And you have a lot of tropical wildlife, and then you have like alpine style stuff as well. But because I think, again, this is kind of all, you should probably check this before you use it on your science report, but I think that Japan gets most of its moist it gets a lot of moisture up from the equator. I think about this as a Californian. I grew up in San Diego, and a lot of the ocean water is very cold because it comes the current of the Pacific Ocean sort of comes, let's see, or I don't know what makes sense to you. Yeah, it comes like down from Alaska, brings that cold snow melt down from Alaska, and then, you know, deposits it on our sunny beaches in California, which is, it's lovely. It's brisk, but um, Japan is kind of on the opposite side of that, where that huge current, I'm sure it's much more complicated than that huge current, but um, a lot of water comes up the coast from like Malaysia and Indonesia and kind of in the from the direction of Taiwan and even Okinawa or whatever. But and all that water is coming from the equator, so of course it's going to be much warmer. I remember, like, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but I remember the first time I got in the ocean in Japan. I was shocked because as a Californian, I'm used to the water always. I'm sure Matt can attest to this. I was used to the water always just being like, you go to the beach and it's hot and you're excited to get in the water and you get in. It's like, oh, it's always a little bit like, whoa, cold, cold. I was a little shocked when I got into the water here for the first time at a little swimming beach because it's warm. It's quite warm. And I think that weather and whatever air temperature, I'm assuming that somehow is connected in a similar way, and that Japan gets some amount of warmth and moisture sort of rising from the equator, because it's very, very green and very, very dense. Very, very green, very, very dense nature here, and I love it. It's beautiful. Very different from Southern California, which is very, very dry and dense with just like shrubs, just dry shrubs all year long, baby. Dry shrubs and imported palm trees. Woo! And some real ones, I guess, or some native ones, I should say. But anyways, this is my little bike ride home. This is kind of what I do quite a few days a week. Today it's just getting nice. I think. Oh, I was talking about color in the seasons. It's all coming back, baby. It's all coming back. So Japan. That's all to say. That's all to say that Japan has very green summers, and when I moved here for the first time, it was kind of difficult. It was the first time I ever experienced like some kind of emotional tie-in with seasons, because, man, when you have that green, you're like on top of the world, and you lose it. It's like, oh, it heartbroke me a little bit. Um, but the longer after I lived here through a couple winters, and especially going into this upcoming winter, I'll be living here. I feel like I'm trying to work on like loving winter the same way, because there's so much to love and it's so beautiful. One little thing is that the sun in the sky sits a little lower than it does. That's why it's winter, right? Gosh, I hope freaking Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't watch this and just tear me to shreds. But the sun is lower in the sky. That's one of the main reasons why, I think, why it's winter, right? Because the sun's hitting you less direct. So you're less of that energy is being transmitted directly into your environment. And so, but another feature of that is that because the sun's lower in the sky, it's more yellow shifted, in the same way that a sunset, the sun gets more and more colorful as it approaches the horizon. If it's just lower in the sky it's always going to be just a little prettier, or just a little golden and nice. And I really love the experience of being out in the cold. It's not too cold yet, but it's starting to get there. But being out on a cold morning, it was about 40 degrees Fahrenheit when I left this morning, and then warmed up by the time I got back a little bit. I think the high today is 60, so it's not crazy, but a brisk morning. I love being out there, and since I bike to school, of course some body heat's gonna build up after the first 10 minutes riding, and my whole ride is about 40 minutes. And then it was just like after that, after I warmed up and I was comfortable, the morning sun was coming in, and there's they tend to some flower beds and parks and all kinds of whatnot along the river. So I I was just, it was just a vibe. It was just so nice. So I didn't get actually, that was the ride out that I was really vibing, and the way ride back I was just as excited. But that's when I started taking a couple photos because I was like, I don't know, man. Just wanted to just was feeling it. Just was getting a little uh trigger happy. And this is I'll read have a great stream, dude. Glad you're doing well. Love you, dude. Sleep Time Junction from me. Have a good night, man, dude. Hope you sleep very well. Opinion on toothpaste? It's good. So I took a couple flicks on the way home. Oh crap! Let me make sure we're on the right thing. Desktop. We want desktop, no keyboard. Okay, we're back. Boom. Here we go. Bike ride home, November 21st. I might be a day ahead of you. Boom. So this is kind of how it starts. So I start off. You can sort of think of this whole mission as it starts off with me inside. Whoops. Oh, geez, Louise. Mic's back on. Sorry about that. I was just kind of going on a roll about my whole sort of. Thank you for letting me know, by the way. Super appreciate that. But just kind of going on a roll about my school commute. This is from school to home. So it starts off with me in like a little urban center. I have to bike 5 minutes, go up onto a bridge. This is the on ramp, or like the pedestrian on ramp to the bridge. Um, and I was just saying that I've seen a couple dudes, it's always a cool teenager, who will just slide down this thing without getting off their bike at all and roll down the whole thing. But I don't know. I feel like I should do it just to say that I have done it once, because they seem to do it so comfortably and easy. And every time I've seen someone do it, then I'll make a mistake. But I've always gotten off and walked my bike down because, come on, that's scary. If it's hard to tell how wide this is, it's basically like 2 humans wide. It's not a very wide thing. And I guess you can see on this next picture, which is the top of the ramp, you can see, well, I guess my face is in the way, but you can see, oops, you can see down on the road, there's like some of those reflector things. That's kind of, maybe that helps give you some perspective. Anyways, rolling on. So I walk up that my bike, boom, get on my bike. Actually, that honestly, for my phone, like some of these things came out pretty good. That phone camera sure is impressive. But so this is me on the left. This is me crossing the bridge. This is not as an everyday experience, but a barge happened to be going underneath the pedestrian bridge as I was going over the water. So I got that picture. It was kind of nice. W weather, by the way. What weather? Yeah, I don't know what W means, but it's beautiful. It was beautiful weather. It was so nice out. It's raining in the U.S. Oh, bummer. What part of the U.S. are you from, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, it's weather was very, very nice. So I cross here, go across. This is kind of the first right I take onto the bridge. Is I get onto this little path here that has green on either side of the slope. Ride that for a while. This came out kind of cool. It was a mistake, but it's this kind of sort of is the perspective of of that first maybe like 2 kilometers of the ride, and then you kind of get down onto the path like where this guy is. But today I took a little bit of a detour and went up into one of the parks that is just to sort of to the just a little bit further inland in the river. Oh, in Los Angeles it's raining hard. Dang, bummer. Well, we needed it, they all say. And then yeah, so I came up into this little park and snapped this pic of a public restroom. I don't know what it is. I know that I think it's something. I think it's different for me having like living in Japan than it is for me living in America. But I kind of have this weird. I know this is so weird, but I kind of think public restrooms are rad. Or just when I look at this picture, it makes me feel at ease because it's like, oh, it's beautiful. There's a park. This is a cool place to hang out. But also, I know that if I need a restroom, right there, and here they're always like pretty clean. So I know that's it's a little bit hard to empathize with that. As an American, it's a little bit hard too. But anyways, public restroom, rad. Me in the park, in this open space. Again, this is maybe just like a minute inland from the river. And I was there. Some dudes were like flinging around some things. One of them freaking lost his thing. Public restrooms in the U.S. are absolutely horrendous. I know. Yeah, not good, not fun. Not fun. In this park, these guys were launching around these little. Actually, I just saw one guy. Man, again, for my phone camera, I'm impressed. It looks not bad. Anyways, I walk up and I see some guys like sling a thing into the air, and then I look around and in this huge area, and this is only like a sixth of this field. It's a really big field. And I start looking around and noticing that everyone is flinging these things into the air, and I don't really know what they are. If anyone knows what they are, I'd be super curious to know. But it was super cool because they flew and flew and flew so much that actually one of these gentlemen lost his. I watched this happen. I was looking at him, and he shot it, and then I was watching it. Oh, cool! I was far enough away from that. I probably had a better perspective on it actually than he did. So he just kind of got lost and didn't see where it was. And it landed probably like 100 meters away from him in a direction that he wasn't even looking. So I walked over to it and grabbed it, and brought it back to him, and he said "domo," and I was on my way. Foam airplanes, cardboard or foam. Yeah. I guess. It was just interesting, I guess, to see so many people gathered doing this at once, and didn't seem like any of them were there together because they had their bikes parked on like opposite ends of the park, and I don't know. It was a moment. It was cool. And then further home, coming home, got people sweeping baseball fields and these women out playing some kind of golf thing. Same picture twice. Got some boys playing some golf thing. This is the view of sort of what on the right side of what is like out past the river if you look over the other side, which is actually the side that I started on, if you've been following along. That's cool. I like that. This is my off ramp where I get off, cross a road, and then boom, that's right in front of my apartment. It's not actually that street on the left, but it's very close. And then yeah, that's my little trip. I don't know. I packaged that up for some reason because I was just feeling like, grateful. It was just so beautiful out, and it was a very, very, very fun ride, both directions. Cool. Now for the main event. I don't know where I was going with that. But the main events, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking of making some little Christmas beats. And what better place to start than. Wait, hold on. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? No background music. Boom. I've got a problem for you to solve, Clay. I need some simple stream background music, you know? If I'm doing, I guess I haven't really laid out, well, mainly I haven't laid out why I'm doing a holiday stream because I haven't really figured out why I'm doing a holiday stream and why I have this kind of idea that I want to make it an ongoing series or something. But um what's a what a perfect little place to start. What a little task for me, you know? How about we'll start with just making a little festive Christmas something, you know? Or not, I should say holiday, I guess. It could be whatever end of the year. Something to capture that festive energy, but something that can also kind of sit pretty comfortably behind moments where I'm talking, use my music. My thoughts exactly, Mighty Vortex 5973. But we're going to make some. We're going to make something simple, you know. And actually, I'm going to take 10 seconds to take this sweater off. Give me one sec. That's not my mic. This is my mic. And we are back. Yeah, so how should I approach this? Let's see. What would be a good place to start? I guess a decent place to start would be like what kind of vibe do I want? I guess my inclination is to do something kind of like cheery and dancey, but just because I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess what am I feeling? Maybe I should just kind of mess around with something until I find something I'm feeling. Maybe this is what we'll do. I'm gonna spend a second, just like, spend a couple minutes kind of finding maybe like or designing a sort of Christmas something kind of sound, and then see if I can just improvise with that, maybe find something from there. So I'm gonna open this is a piano, right? But I need a piano. This is a very realistic and pretty piano. I need something that I can kind of get in and manipulate a little bit. So Arturia's modeled the piano. Piano V. Also a pretty piano though. Woo! Okay. Not a bad sounding piano, but I kind of want to find something like plunky and something that just reminds me of the of like, I don't know, like N64 snow level. Oh man, what I now I want to listen to some N64 snow level stuff. Let me remember to flip over to my desktop cam. Boom. So now you see what I'm looking at. Sorry, this is the piano we just opened. Let's just mess around with this. Let's see what we got. Let's start with a preset. What preset's speaking to you? Can I get any inputs from any of y'all? Any presets speaking to you? This is not the one I would go with, but just because I'm curious, let's check out this glass. Oh yeah, this is... Well, if I played like some really angular stuff, this could sound like a very kind of like desolate ice level. Just have a little more volume. You know what? Man, I'll play around with it for a second. I've like, it's funny when I open this plugin, this is never one of the sounds. I don't think I've ever even, I used to use this plugin a lot. I've never really gone for, there's a metal grand too. I've never really gone for the like very sound designy stuff in here. But now I'm really curious. Here, let me go default so everything's kind of just set up straight. And then let's go back to that glass grand. Already sounds a little different. Let's see what we got in. Let's see what we got in model. We got hammer hardness. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Actually, with the hammer hardness all the way down. It's very like. It's very cozy. That's interesting. Interesting. Again, I highly recommend using headphones if you really want to join me on this experience. And look at that. It's break time. 20 seconds, wherever you are. Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Mighty Vortex 5973. It's still in progress, but already better than Mariah Carey. It's funny. Take a moment. Maybe let's do a little shoulder stretch. Take the arm across the body. Drop it back. Do it. Do it for real. Do it for real if you're out there. Give your body a little gift. Give your body a present. Oh, that sounds weird. Okay. I took a little bit of extra time with that one because I just wanted to kind of sell what I explained earlier. But that was nice. Oh, shoulders feeling just a little looser. I'm actually gonna do my hands a little bit too. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry for the sounds. Okay, enough of that. Let's play around with this thing a little bit more. Crazy sound. If I turn up soundboard resonance, then it should kind of like increase the sustain of it. Oh, wow. You're welcome, Mighty Vortex. I hope you enjoyed that. That's interesting. It's really interesting to hear it, just to hear it sizzle out. Wow, cool. Yeah, my recommendation on the headphones. That it's man, that's weird. It's weird to like something that's crazy about playing keyboard, especially if you mostly practice on MIDI keyboards, is that you can just like put yourself at the wheel of some like, I'm almost always, I guess lately I've been in my like purest my purest phase, because I almost always just practice on this guy right here. You know, I almost always am just kind of hanging out on this guy, which I enjoy a lot. I enjoy a lot, but you know, you always have that capability as a keyboardist to just kind of put yourself at you know, to take yourself to a whole different world. You know, wow. Wild. I will say though, for the sake of the song we're working on, I'm not sold yet. Let me do the opposite now and turn soundboard resonance all the way down. Oh, that's a whole different world. Oh wow, that's interesting. Now it's like super rhythmic. Hmm, that could be a really cool layer actually. Interesting. I will say it's a little flat in terms of. Oh, that's wider, huh? Hmm. Super interesting. I'm gonna keep that in mind. It's definitely pretty icy. Let's try the metal grand. Take us to a whole different place. Oh, jeez. It kind of just sounds like a regular piano if you just cranked the high end frequencies, you know. I don't know that I love this one. Tack upright could be fun. Hmm. Hmm. It's okay. Interesting. Plucked grand. Sorry, this has just become like a review of my review of this software's unusual keyboard sounds. I've never gone through these. Oh my gosh, that's a different place for sure, huh? All these could be cold places. Hmm. I don't know about that one. Let me do my instinct thing, which was to go to one of these like softer piano. Oh, that's not. I wouldn't describe that as softer. Oh, pop grand. No, give me pop upright. Yeah, it's got some really soft little. Hmm. My initial thought was to do the same thing I did with the glass one and turn, um, and it's giving me 7 to 10 p.m. New Leaf vibes. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's funny. I guess I don't know. Hmm. Maybe I just need to throw something down. Maybe I should do. Should I start? I could start. I could try starting with drums too. You know. Let me hear this silly loop again. I did from the beginning. That's I gotta remember. Like, okay, I'm trying to find like a background tune. Maybe we could try doing this. I don't hate this idea. Let's see. See if we can just. But I don't hate the idea, but I also like the idea of starting with a musical idea, or starting with a melodic or harmonic idea. Doesn't need to be much though. Let's definitely see. There it is. Oh, that's cool. Sorry. That's interesting. I'm going to. It's kind of hard to play. I have this idea of kind of going from the tonic, maybe just a little thing, kind of bounce back and forth. The tonic to this, I guess you could say, this like suspended tonic sound to the 4 to the 5, and then repeat that, and then I could like do a melody on top of that. I'm just glad I like to play. Let's mess around with that. Let's see. But if I made that, instead of making the D flat over E the second chord, if I made it the third one, then I could voice lead this line. You know? I like it as a second one though. Second one's cool. We're doing it. Let's see. Since I'm probably gonna turn this into like a synthesizer anyways, let's just program this in here. Yeah, from the I guess there's a swing too, right? 100 BPM. That's a good place to start. Okay, these guys gotta be very quiet because otherwise the second one gets a little obnoxious to me. Let's see. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, so cool. It sounds like a little intro, huh? Oh, yeah. Some of these guys can maybe be a little bit more swung, huh? Oh no, what's going on? Not getting playback. You good? Uh-oh. Oh. For some reason, Logic isn't recognizing my spacebar. That's new. That's okay. Sounds like an iPhone typing. This particular sound does? Oh. Man, okay. I gotta figure out the space bar thing because it's a tough navigational thing. Give me just one moment. I'll be right back. Huh. So it seems like there's a little groove, huh? It seems to be the case that my keyboard has died on me midstream. This cable is too short to reach it while I use it. Hmm. Let's see here. I'm gonna give you guys the top-down cam and keep the loop rolling. And let's see if I can't fix this. See if I can't get this guy looser. Let's see what we got. Oh. Where does this guy come from? Oh no. We made it this far into the song too. Oh, it's the perfect little intro. Right, ultra. It's cute. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. I can hear it going places. Okay, but my keyboard cannot hear me going places. What a lame thing to happen midstream. Do I have another keyboard I can use? Oh, I could try it now. I was gonna say I could try and connect to my partner's fancy Logitech. My take, but you should add like a bell ringing or jingling to add some. I don't know the word. Yes. That's what I want to do. You know what? I'll see. Let me see how far I can go without using my keyboard at all. So let's see what we can do. Oh, break. What a time. What a time for the break. Always hits you when you're most frustrated. And you don't want to take a break. But let's take a break. This time, take the hands up above. Oh, I wish I could be full screen, but that's okay. Hands up above. Grab that elbow. Little shoulder stretch that way. Switch sides. Switch that way. Switch that way. All right. Roll the shoulders out a little bit. Boom. Boom. Both sides. Deep breath. You better be doing this with me. If you're not doing this with me, Mighty Vortex, I'm not gonna do anything. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can just do it just a little bit more with my, I guess, just my mouse for a sec. I like these swinging a little bit harder. Oh, I tried to control Z and I couldn't control Z. Let's see if I can get just the most minimal beat going on with this intro. Appreciate you doing it. Gotta stay flexible. This is so. Let's check it out. I keep pressing spacebar to play. We don't need the metronome, do we? Sorry, that might have been what you were hearing was the metronome. My bad. Oh, it's so cute. You know, I know Logic has. Actually, hold off on that. First, let's do a kick drum. What's the tempo? Is it boom, ka, boom, 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 or is it boom, kind of like the idea of doing it halftime, but which if I'm doing the idea of doing it halftime, but then having like filling a lot of the space so it feels more energetic than halftime. Oh, I can't do the usual. I want to press whatever it is, Control Option Command whatever, so I could stretch this guy, but I can't. It's okay. Let's add this little. Oh, I can't even delete. I have to right click, delete, right click, delete. This is a little tom that I made very quickly in Drum Synth pre-stream. Kind of was using it as like the cutest little snare you've ever heard instead of an actual snare, a tom drum, which are the if you don't know drum sets, it's snare is the bright one that usually you hear on the 2 and the 4 of a beat, like boom, cats, boom, ka, snare, ka, 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 boom, cats, boom, cats. That's the snare. Usually it's one of the brightest sounding drums, but here I chose to use a synthesizer tom synthesizer instead of snare, which toms are the ones that are to on a drum set there to the right of those. You got dum, 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 dum. These are less bright, but they have a more sustained and like I guess tonal sound, you might say, where they're like dum, like they almost kind of sing a tone. Dum, dum. That's why it sounds like dum, 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 dum. Right, they have pitches to them based on how big they are and whatever other factors. Anyways, this is a little tom drum I made. Let's throw it on our little thing. I tried to press spacebar. I'm sorry. Chat, I'm sorry. The spacebar conundrum. Or the whole keyboard conundrum. I think what we'll probably do is we'll call the stream earlier than expected, but we'll be back and we'll finish this song. We'll wrap it up. We'll come back with momentum. Boom, boom, boom. We'll knock her out. But first, let me just get something that feels kind of cute or whatever. Let's see. Ooh. Now the problem with that sound here is that it's so similar actually to the piano we have going on, because the piano also has a high transient, a very fast attack, and then a quick decay, like doom, like right, doom. Because we lowered the soundboard resonance. If we increased it, it would sound like this, right? It has sustains, but when it's short like this, that's kind of the same. Oh, I can't pause it. That's kind of the same sort of envelope of a tom drum, right? So these kind of blend in a little bit too much for my liking. Let's go lower. Let's do like kind of a reggae style kick on. Oh, I can't even create. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh, I got my cute little kick in there. Reggae style kick on only the 3 thing, and see if that gets us anywhere. Let's just bring in these elements from over here. The shaker. Oh, shaker is straight, and the thing we played is swung. So I'm gonna swing. The 8th notes are swung too. So there we go. Something like that. So I can make this a little like softer sounding. Cool. That's a hit. I think we did it. What's this? Let's pull on these same elements. Well, what you doing? What's up, the Malay linguist, sorry. Well, we're in a little bit of a conundrum, you find us here in a little bit of a conundrum. Sounds like the intro to a 3DS game. Exactly, that's what I want. That's what I'm going for. I want to my goal is to make some sort of festive sounding background music for my stream, for my potential stream series. But the problem is that I could have been charging this whole time. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I even doing? This thing charges like a freaking dinosaur. And we're having some problems with my keyboard, so I'm gonna have to probably call the stream earlier than expected and kind of get back to y'all tomorrow, maybe in a couple days. But I was just the last thing we did before it went down was I had just like the first little crumb of an idea, of a thought about what I'm doing, which was this little thing. I like that line there. That's cool. Da, da, da. It's cool. Adds a little bit of extra interesting color. But yeah, because we're having issues, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put a jingle on this, and then we're gonna freaking probably close up shop for the day, and we will be back at it ASAP. Add some jingle. And you mentioned that Discord. I'll definitely be working on the Discord too, getting that going. Let's see what we got. Where's the jingle machine? Marcus, bring in the jingle machine. Okay, he'll be on his way. Just a second. Marcus is always being a silly little boy, taking his sweet, sweet time. Okay, I think that there's a jingle machine. Let's see, in the sampler. Let's see what we got. We got drums and percussion, single instruments. Come on, sleigh bells. We got two options. Sleigh bells? Oh, yes. This is going to be the core of the song once it's coming together. Oh, so nice. Ooh, so sleigh bells vintage and sleigh bells. Sleigh bells, very bright. Honestly, sleigh bells vintage is nice. I like it. It has some interesting texture to it. Let's get this guy in here. I have to go here, create notes. Oh, I can't even just like copy and paste it like I would if I had a keyboard. I should just create another note, I suppose. What am I doing with this? Maybe just putting it on the 2 and the 4, I guess, or the the and of 1, if you want to call it. If you want to call it 50 BPM. Let's see. Create notes. Boom. Stretch it out. Oh. We're going somewhere. What key are we in? We're there. We got something. You know what we'll do to finish off the stream? I'm just gonna mess around on this loop for a sec, and I'm gonna call it. I super appreciate you hanging out, Mighty Vortex. This is kind of a good like start of momentum for me with streaming, so I'm going to kind of take that and I feel like you're gonna make a ASA character sing it for some reason. There's not gonna be any lyrics for a background song, but I think I'm gonna try and take some momentum from this first stream, learn from my mistakes, losing a keyboard perhaps, and then we will, grow from there, move on, keep doing more. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be even more the more I'm able to kind of relax into it and just kind of do a thing, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. And having spilled tea on myself, let me just say thank you for rolling on by. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Welcome to holiday season, baby.